Hi, welcome. If I made my way across your algorithm, it's probably because you have some thoughts about someone that has either recently entered your life or maybe they have been in your life, but there have been some exciting new developments. And you are in luck because I am wanting to do a love reading. So, if you're not thinking about someone that you have a romantic connection with, I would say that this is probably not for you. If you still want to watch it, please sit down. I would love that. But yeah, that is the intention for today's reading. I don't know. I've been looking forward to doing this. Hold on, I'm going to start with this deck. I've been looking forward to doing this all day today. So I am happy that you're here, and this is a timeless reading, by the way. The main reason I want to do it though is because I have been really feeling the current Venus energy, which, ooh, the panther kind of shot out. I'm gonna keep note of that. Interesting. That was intense. Venus has been in retrograde, and when that happens, it usually, oh, that was awful. It usually makes you reflect on either past relationships or people from your past, romantic partners show up, or karmic cycles that you might have been stuck in kind of resurface, and you have the chance to write them. So lately I've been kind of feeling some of my love trauma, you could say. The last few, this is my cat, she's amazing. The last few weeks. So it's kind of gotten me in a both really cynical mood, but a very lovey-dovey mood. So I'm going to read for you. And the way this is gonna work is it's gonna be person A on this side and person B over here. So we're gonna get a quick energy check so you can see if this is you and your person. And if you resonate with one or the other, I would say still stick around because this might be a different person, or maybe the way you or your person perceives the other is kind of inaccurate. But if you don't resonate, then so sorry. I hope to see you again in another video. But yeah, first we're gonna see, okay, there we go, that was easy. The spider. So person A, we have the spider. Okay, I like that. So what is person B's energy represented as? Who is the person for the spider? Spider. Ooh. Okay. The ego. Yeah, that did not want to go back in the deck. Okay. I love that. Okay. And ooh. So actually, before we get into this, let's just talk about you guys so you'll know if this is accurate. So I'm just gonna say person A and person B. So if you relate with one versus the other, it's fine. I'll try to make it not so confusing, but I'm sorry if I'm confusing because I feel like I'm already being confusing. But with person A, so person A has, they've done a lot for themselves. They've accomplished a lot in the physical world, and everything that they have accomplished has been because of their own doing. If you think about a spider and the web that it builds, the little strings, I don't know what you call them, the threads of the web, they're literally all made by the spider. It is the spider's own body making that. So when I think of the spider person, I think of someone that hasn't had it very easy in life, in the sense that things have been handed to them. I think that they have worked really hard for what they have, and if they have ever been given a helping hand in life by parents or they fell upon luck. I think that it doesn't take away from the hard work that they have had to do on them, like by themselves. And I think they have not only, such a nice, I don't know, I love this energy. They have not only woven this very tangible physical world for themselves, literal home, or just a really good foundation, but they've also spent a lot of time having to do deep inner work. Like I said earlier, if it wasn't for the spider literally making the threads with its own body, it wouldn't have a web. So I think not only did this person have to do some really hard physical work to make this happen, but they also had to do some really hard internal work. I think this person maybe sometimes doesn't see them as very strong, because if you think about a spider when it comes to strength in comparison to even a bunny rabbit, the bunny rabbit is gonna win. Like if the bunny rabbit hopped on a spider, the spider's done. It doesn't matter how strong the web is. Something as stupid, and I don't mean that bunny rabbits are stupid, but you get it, could kill a spider. Hell, even a bigger insect could kill a spider in theory, depending on how strong their web is. But what I'm trying to say is this person has had to do some really intense inner work, and it has meant maybe facing some really dark truths and really dark demons. And I think they've finally gotten to a point where they feel pretty secure in who they are, and they're starting to realize that while some people might just see them as a small little spider, they can create everything that they could ever need. It doesn't matter what other people think, because so long as they have their web that they've created for themselves, they can do great. And I think this has kept this person very safe in what they have created. But I think when this eagle person came along, it kind of really shook things up for the spider, like quite literally. So if that resonated, cool. I'm gonna hop over real quick to the eagle person, and I still have a few things I have to say about the spider, but I'm gonna say them once I connect the two. With the eagle person, I think this person, so it's actually really interesting to me that the eagle isn't a spiritual card in this, but it's considered an air element. But it's interesting that it has this circle down here, while I understand it represents like the sun and like the spirit and the divine. The spiritual cards in this deck here, perfect, I opened right up to one, have this little circle on them. So I find it interesting that it has something there too. While it's not sparkly like the actual spiritual cards, I think they did that for a reason, because eagles to me represent someone that is very, very in tune with, excuse me, the spiritual world. They have recently had an awakening, or their third eye has started to open up, or maybe they have always been this way, but they are finally getting to a point where they feel like they are no longer a little baby eagle in the nest, but they can actually soar, and they can hold on and fly with the literal sun, which to me is all about light and wisdom and just finally connecting with that core part of you, like your spirit, your soul, getting to a point where you can merge your personality with who you really are at your core. And that's how I view this person. And it doesn't mean that this person doesn't have their flaws, because I'm actually getting that this person feels quite a bit of shame, and if they don't portray that externally, they definitely feel it internally. And maybe for some people they don't feel shame, but it's maybe they almost feel not quite imposter syndrome, but they are so hard on themselves because they have this view of what it means to be perfect, or having to maintain a certain image as to uphold the image that other people have, because I think a lot of people look up to the eagle person. That the eagle person puts this undue burden or expectation on themselves to always have to portray themselves a certain way. And if they feel like they didn't quite hit the mark, they are a little bit hard on themselves and a little bit self-sabotaging. And I think maybe part of that is because they have a fear that they have to be a certain kind of way to be spiritual. And I would say if that's you, I can definitely relate, because I get that feeling from time to time. And honestly, I feel like the spider person too. I feel like the spider person, in what I was saying earlier of them having to do a lot of work from within and having to go to a deep place, I think they too are very spiritual, but almost in a I don't know if different's the right word. They portrayed in a different way than the eagle person. For them, spirituality is a lot more, I feel like, about being in tune with themselves and having like talks with a creator or God or whatever it is that they believe in, versus the eagle person, I think, is a lot more, not flamboyant, what's the word I'm looking for? Expressive about it. They'll talk about very, like, the word I keep hearing is like other people thinking eclectic or spiritual things. You know, they know things about like the Book of Enoch and the Hermetic principles and ancient aliens, and they will offer you sage if you keep complaining that everyone in their house gets sick, like things like that. Versus the spider person doesn't necessarily do that, but it doesn't mean that they don't believe in that, or that they don't do that maybe for themselves. So they have very similar energies in the way that how hard they both are on themselves when it comes to their view of themselves. I think if they were even just like 10% as gentle with how they view themselves as how they are with other people, things would be crazy, which like I can relate. Ooh, actually just like touching the cards made me lightheaded. Ooh, yeah, that's interesting. But honestly can relate, because that is a big struggle for me. I unfortunately had a mother that was a teacher, so she, at a gifted school, mind you, I did not go to the gifted school, so she put a lot of pressure on me as a kid to literally get A's. If I came home with even like a low grade A, like say I got like a 91 out of 100, she'd be like, oh, that was almost a B. Instead of being like, oh, great, you got an A still. Nope, it was almost a B. So at my current age, it has finally gotten to me getting here to, I don't know, try to not be that way. So I don't even know where I'm going with that rant. But anyways, I want to see where you guys are currently at. So let's see, what kind of spread I'm gonna do. So first and foremost, I'm not gonna do any reversed meanings. So the cards that come out, even if they come out in reverse, I'm gonna flip them over. There we go. So sorry you haven't been able to see yourself, eagle person. That's so fucked up. My bad. I will not make reversed, so sorry if that's confusing. I'm gonna do the first line of the current feelings. Yeah, I'm gonna do the first line of, ooh, that really wanted to come out. What was that? Interesting. I was gonna say the first time was gonna be the current feelings of the spider person, and it's interesting the Six of Wands wanted to come out. I will keep that in mind. I'm also being called to say, I do remember earlier the Panther wanted to come out of the deck, and I do feel that there's an intense energy between you guys. I'm not saying intense in a bad way, like something bad, but it's very like fiery, get things done, because that the wands are all about your passions, and to me in the deck, like your desires, what lights you up. And to me, they're a very action oriented card. So the fact that that coming out kind of made me think of that. I do feel like either one of you or both of you is, I'm honestly kind of getting the vibe of both of you, but if not, more so the eagle person is really feeling like they want to take some action in this connection. So I'm going to do the first line of what the spider person is feeling, and the second line is going to be what the eagle person is feeling. And then depending on what that is like and how much insight we can get from that, we'll just go from there. Maybe from there we'll just get some guidance on the connection, or I guess we'll just see what happens. Because as I'm doing this, I am realizing that it's easier if you do it from one person's point of view, because I was gonna say I'm gonna do the first row of like what you guys are feeling, but honestly it's gonna be really hard to tell, because I do feel like you guys have very similar energy towards each other, but I'm curious to see what the cards say. So let's see. Also, by the way, I do really enjoy you guys' energy. I don't know which one of you is watching. I almost want to say the eagle person, only because I feel like they would be into tarot videos. Like I said, the spider person is also giving me that same vibe, just not as, like I said, vocal about it. But maybe you are starting to be, because there's a lot of color in this, and to me, the color just symbolizes balance with all of your chakras and really finding pride in what you do. And I think finding pride in what you do means finding pride in what you had to do to get there. And I think knowing that a lot of that came from within and help from the divine, because I do think that you believe in things being divinely guided, that you feel like it is part of your story. So real quick, let's see, how is the spider person feeling? Okay, that is a lot of cards. We're gonna put those back. Okay, well that, you know what? Okay, how is the spider person feeling about the eagle? Can I get maybe 2 more cards for this? Okay, 1 more. Okay, thank you. So that was the first one. Okay. And then I believe it was this one. And the Hanged Man. Okay. Alright. So I want to do the eagle person. Okay. Source. Can we get how the eagle person is feeling about the spider person? We got 3 more cards on how the eagle is feeling. One more. Okay. Fuck. 1 more for the eagle. Okay, perfect. What do we have at the bottom of the deck? Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, I feel like the eagle person is the person watching, but okay, like I said, it could go either way. That was the first one. I believe. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Oh, okay. Yeah, they have a lot to say. I could feel that. I didn't even realize that there was already 1 card under there. I thought, okay. And can you see? Yeah, here we go. Okay. So to be able to see. Are you missing that one? Okay. I'm sorry, it's clearly my first day on the job. Jeez. Okay, there we go. Can I just say, by the way, that the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck is beautiful. It's one of my favorite cards. Also, the 10 of Cups is my personal favorite cup in the whole deck. That's what I'm trying to manifest. I want to show it to you. It's a rainbow of the cups, which the cups are all about love and family, your emotions, and it's literally this family. There we go. It's literally this family under this rainbow of love with their children playing in a meadow and their house in the background. Who doesn't want that? I personally don't want the kids part, but sign me up for the rest. But anyways, I want to start with I kind of want to start with the eagle person. I'm going to start with the eagle person. So yeah, it's so interesting because they're so similar to where you're at. You guys are valuing and doing so much, like feeling so much of the same stuff, but they are at a point where they're wanting to take more of a risk in this connection than the spider is. I'm not saying it in the sense that the spider person doesn't like the eagle person as much as the eagle person likes a spider, and I hate to even use the word like because I feel like the feelings run deeper than that, even if this is a newer connection. But the eagle person has finally gotten to a point where they have accomplished everything that they wanted to materialistically. And I'm not saying it in the sense that they're not striving for more or they're done in their career, like they're tapped out, because they're definitely continuing on. Like they're with the Page of Wands here, they're just literally looking for their new frontier. But with the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, they've literally been able to grow a very solid foundation for themselves, much like what the spider person has done, like I was talking about earlier with their web. And they've been able to not only reap the rewards of it with the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, but they've been able to share that with other people, and other people have been extremely impressed, whether that was them being the generational breaker of like school trauma and going to college, and the rest of their family being really proud and them getting, you know, a degree, or them not doing that and they still managed to get a wonderful degree. Or maybe not even that, maybe you or they, whoever the eagle person is an artist and they are getting to a point where they're able to share their creations. Or honestly, it could just be, and I hate to use the word as simple because it's not as simple as that, so we're gonna pretend like I didn't even say that, but it could literally just be being someone that is extremely amazing at their job and the people around them at work recognize them for it. It doesn't have to be someone that has renowned success or everyone walks around like, oh my God, you do this and that, but just someone that at work is respected and the people around them recognize what they bring to the company. But I think the eagle person, I think you guys mirror a lot to each other, first of all. And I think all of that they feel about themselves with everything that I just said, they recognize that in you as well, and they feel that towards you. So with the Three of Pentacles here, I'm almost wondering if you have been someone that has recognized that, and maybe this was something about them that wasn't recognized before. They were able to reap all of the rewards, but they had never had someone in their life that was like, oh, that's amazing that you do that. I do something similar, so I understand the hard work. So I think that can go both ways. And if one resonates more than the other, I would take that one. And if neither of them do, then forget what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm just here saying things. But anyways, the Page of Wands. I think they're not finally, because I think whatever they do, they're very good at it and they do it very well and they enjoy it. But with the Page of Wands, I think they're getting to a point where they're realizing that they're missing a little something in their life. And when they think about what that little something is, it's you, spider. The eagle wants a little bit more spider in their life. Sorry, my cat's watching a show. They definitely want to take some action towards you. And I think they've either put off doing this for a very long time, or the moment they met you, they were like, oh yeah, this is it. Because something about it just feels very, very urgent, but at the same time, very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very well orchestrated. And I don't mean in a way that they're trying to deceive you, but they're still trying to look their best. Like when you look at this Page of Wands, they're going on their adventure, but they look good. They've got their little cap, they got their little cape, and their outfit is good. Their wand looks amazing. It's got little branches on it. So I was like, what is happening? Is that my cat? No, it's just a little kid outside. They want to take some action towards you, because when they think about you, whatever it was that you did to them, even if you've only known this person for a little bit, and if you've only known this person for a little bit and you're here, spider person, then I would say you feel very similar. Because if you've just recently met this person and you're already feeling like watching a video about them, and this is maybe not something that you usually do, then I would say the feelings are kind of mutual. Because whether you want to admit it or not, based on your energy, which I'm not saying that you don't want to admit it, but we'll talk about that in a second. I'm not picking on anybody, because I really like, you guys are both really cool. I like you guys. I hope you guys date. With the 10 of Cups here, the eagle wants to find some common ground with the spider. They're like, okay, you can only live in a web. Fine, can you build a web on my nest? Like, can you leave the ground and I fly you up to my nest? So they want to build something with you, however that looks. And anything that they have felt like has weighed them back in the past, or has been a trigger to them, I feel like you make them recognize that and you make them feel that, but not in a way that's toxic, in a way of, oh my goodness, this person makes me feel so good and they make me feel so safe, in a way that all of those other people that hurt me like never accomplished in X amount of time. So you're showing them where they're still kind of broken by just honestly being yourself, which is kind of beautiful, and I think at times a little bit hard for this person. But I just heard the word masochist. They kind of like it, and again, not in a toxic way, but in a way that they feel like they can feel those wounds around you, and they're not going to be shunned for it. And I don't mean in the sense that this person is necessarily showing you these emotions or that they even think that. And I think even for them, if they do feel it, it's very subconsciously. I don't think it's something that they like actively sit there and they're like, oh my God, the spider person made me think about this trauma and this trauma today. I don't think it's like that. But I think you've shown them some of those things and also healed them at the same time, just literally by being you. Like, you doing a small little act that maybe a partner that they had for 3 years never did was like a, oh, so for them it's like a, oh, I wasn't a piece of shit, so and so just never wanted to do X, Y, and Z. Like, this person I just met did that. And it could be as simple as holding a door open or telling someone they look beautiful. Do you know how many friends I've had and clients, because I'm a hairstylist, when I'm not a fairy in the woods, tell me that they literally like don't ever get told that they're beautiful or things like that. And that is so sad to me, because I had an ex that was kind of like that. He would give compliments at times, but they were still very like half-assed, and I was told it was because my head would get too big. So anyways, I feel like, I don't know why I just got on that tangent, but even if it's just a small little act that you do, like I said, telling them that they're beautiful, it does something to them. So just know that you're helping them through that. And with this spider person, I think they've had to have a lot more of a guarded energy when it comes to how they move around the world than the eagle. If you think about them just from the physical animal standpoint, a spider, like I said earlier, has to be a lot warier than an eagle. If you think about where a spider is going to build its web, it's going to be in the furthest corner, up on the highest wall, in a place where it's not going to be in the middle of traffic. And if they do happen to build it in a place where there is not a lot of traffic, it's usually because that place doesn't have a lot of people walking through it. They can't take that chance. While they're strong enough to capture small prey, a bigger animal is just going to walk right through it. So I think they feel so much for the eagle person, but like I said, they are so guarded because they've had to be so guarded all through their lives. They've had to be independent for themselves because, one, I think that is just their nature, but two, I think any single time the spider person has let somebody help or somebody in, they've been let down. And I think they feel just this feeling of potential and connection for the eagle person, and they feel like they want to take a chance. With the Hanged Man here, it's literally all about new beginnings and taking a chance. And when they think about the eagle person, they literally think of them as a new beginning, a new opportunity. But with that comes great fear, because if you think about a hanged man, traditionally that's not a good place you want to be in. But with it, they've become enlightened, which, interesting, that little ball of light kind of matches that one there. So yeah, eagle person, you're literally on the spider person. If it's the eagle person watching, you are in the spider person's mind. And if it's the spider person watching, the eagle person is definitely on your mind. And I think this at times makes you feel a little bit unsettled, like your world is literally flipped upside down because you've had a very good foundation, but you are kind of feeling the same way that the eagle person is. You're wanting to take charge in this. You're in this King of Wands energy where you're in this place of, what's the word I'm looking for? You're feeling empowered, not just creatively and spiritually, but physically as well. When I think about the wands, it's all about, like I said, action, your creativity, the things that bring you passion. And to me, the wands are the perfect merging of all of the suits, because when you think about those things, they incorporate things that you love. They incorporate things that you know very well. So those are the swords. The things you love would be the cups. And they involve things that bring you stability and make you feel good, which is the pentacles, Jesus. So to me, the wands is honestly one of my favorite suits, but if not my favorite, the cups is a close second. I don't know, they might be even. But the wands is, you're getting to a point where you are feeling so stable in your foundation that you're wanting to take a leap of faith on the eagle person, whether or not it feels uncomfortable. You see the eagle person and you feel that the eagle person is something really special. And even if your logical mind or logical thoughts sometimes try to persuade you outside of that feeling, I think you always come back to that. But I think something that you, I would say, maybe need to do a little bit more of is sit with your feelings more, because I think your feelings are definitely pulling you from these sword and pentacle energy, which to me are like very grounding ones, into this more balanced place where you're incorporating your emotions more. But I think you need to still tune into that more. And I understand if that doesn't sound fun, because it's not fun being vulnerable. I don't like doing it, so that's a message for me too. But with the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck here, like I said, it's a beautiful card. It's two kids. One of the kids is giving the other kid a cup of love with a little white flower inside of it. I want to say maybe a lily. And there are 5 other cups around them. And it is such a beautiful, loving, innocent card. It is love literally at its most pure, innocent place. I think you both feel so at home and comfortable and connected to one another that your inner child is happy. You feel safe, and I can't even tell you which one of you is the child giving it to the other, because I feel like you both are equally doing a lot for one another. I think you're both helping each other in completely different ways, but also kind of the same ways, I guess the same ways, just in different paths of getting there. But I think both of you have been, whether you want to admit it or not, wanting a relationship, or at least a connection, whether it's a friendship one or a love one. And now that you do have someone that is starting to fit the bill, you're like, what do I do with this? And I get it. That's a really intimidating feeling. Not fun. But, ooh, she's a long reading. I definitely feel like I'm not picking up on any kind of energy that you guys aren't speaking to each other. I feel like very much this is a connection that is evolving every single day. But if you guys do happen to not be speaking to each other, oh fuck, No, yeah, I feel like you guys are so good. I cut the deck and it was the Four of Wands. It's these two people sitting, well, walking under, there we go. Four Wands, that an arch of flowers, so it looks like people literally getting married. It's beautiful. Yeah, you guys are meant to be. Love, love. Yeah, I very much feel like you guys like each other a lot, and if you happen to be in any kind of disagreement or not speaking to each other right now, I would say definitely has nothing to do with you. So if you're the spider and the eagle person is not talking to you, has nothing to do with you, and vice versa. If you are the eagle person, the spider person is not talking to you, it's nothing you did. I would definitely say if they've cooled off and you feel comfortable, reach out to them. And I would say not even if you feel comfortable, just reach out to them. Because if this is someone that you feel this way about and they feel the same way about you, I think it would be in your best interest to put your ego aside and just check in with them and see if everything's okay and that you would like to see them again, or however that conversation looks for you, whatever feels good. But don't let that pass you just because you're afraid that someone's going to like turn you down. And if you do happen to reach out and they do turn you down, then at least you can sleep easy knowing that you tried and that you're not going to look back on this and be like, damn, was that my soulmate and I failed that test from the universe? You'll be like, no, I tried my best and that was that. But I do not feel like this person will turn that down. I would be shocked if they did. And if they do, I guess you can yell at me. But, well, don't, because I'll cry. I won't cry, but don't yell at me. I, again, don't feel like that's the energy here. And if it is, I feel like just check in with them and you will realize that it has nothing to do with them. And I think if anything, it'll bring you guys closer, because whoever it was that was shutting down was like, oh man, they actually reached out to me and checked in on me, because I think a lot of people maybe don't do that for that person. So if that resonated, I am so pleased to have done that for you, because I was dying to do a love reading. So thank you for being here. I hope that this message found you with so much love, because I put so much love into making it. And like I said, you guys have awesome energy. This is a really nice connection. I think you both have your own little demons that you're trying to get past, but I think overall you both bring out the best in one another, and both of you see a very strong potential in the other person. I mean, you literally got the Six of Cups and the Four of Wands and the 10 of Cups. Are you kidding me? And literally, if you don't believe me that those are big cards, Google them and you'll see that those are pretty big. To get them in a love spread, like, come on, that's amazing. But yeah, I love you. The universe is with you. My spirit guides are with you, so that means that your spirit guides are right here helping me, so they're with you. So just remember, you are loved, and ultimately you can make whatever decision it is that you want, but know that there are no wrong choices in life. It was just a choice that was meant to happen. So use your own discretion. But yeah, you guys definitely have some feels for one another, so good luck with that. Maybe I will read for you guys again in the future, because that was fun. That was nice. I feel good. All right, bye. Mwah.